unseren nächsten Programmpunkt, nämlich für Glacier Iceland. Dann frage ich mal in die Richtung Glacier Iceland. Seid ihr denn schon bei uns?
Also ich
Ach,
bin
da ist
da.
Ralf. Sehr schön, Ralf. Dann will ich dir jetzt gar nicht die Show stehlen. Möchte dir jetzt gerne das Wort übergeben, um unseren nächsten Programmpunkt vorzustellen, auf den ich auch schon sehr, sehr gespannt bin. Aber Ralf, spann uns nicht länger auf die Folter.
Ja, ich begrüße euch ganz herzlich hier. Ich bin jetzt ja gerade mal eben eingesprungen. Und das Schöne ist, Tjalf ist ja gerade jetzt auf der Chill-Out-Lounge und ist da in dem Moment mit den Freelancern zugange. Also, aber wir werden jetzt uns hier der Spirituose zuwenden, die uns aus Island beglückt. Und da bin ich ganz gespannt darauf, was ihr für Fragen mitgebracht habt. Also wir haben da ja so ein ganz, ganz quellklares Wasser. Also lasst doch mal hören. Ich bin gespannt.
Yes, hello. All right. So nice to see everybody, I think. I didn't understand a word from the people speaking German, but I assume it's our time to shine now. With me is Rúrik, and my name is Haraldur. I'm just gonna share my presentation a little bit with you guys. Let's see. Okay, so if there are no screen sharing, I have some here technical problems here. Let me see. Share screen. Host disabled participant screen sharing.
I think we can assist right here. Ralf, you need to share the host with Glacier Iceland by clicking on the name and choosing co-host. Give us just a second.
Yeah, no problem at all.
So, in Richtung Ralf nochmal gesprochen. Ralf, bist du noch bei uns?
Aber sicher doch.
Okay, super. Ralf, bitte genau, einmal auf den Namen Lifestyle Drinks drücken und dann Co-Host auswählen, weil das kann tatsächlich nur der Tjalf, beziehungsweise du.
It's done. Now you're free. I'm sorry that I made the introduction in German. I was not aware that you're not able to speak German. Sorry for that. But
I have one question. Could it be that you made the other lifestyle drinks I host? Because I still don't have.
You don't have?
No.
Okay.
Let's try again with me. Okay, now I have it. Now I have it. Thank you.
Very nice.
All righty. Let's see. Okay. You guys can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. And I'm just going to present now. Okay. Do you see this?
Yes.
All right. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Very nice to be here with you guys. We're super excited to be here in this online event. These are new times and everybody has to try something new. This is definitely a new for us and a first. We're with the Glacier Spirits and we produce Glacier Gin. Just going to start to introduce the team. It's me, Rúrik Gíslason, and with me,
I'm Rúrik.
And the third person there on the picture is Fannar Gudmundsson, who couldn't be with us here today. But we are the three guys behind Glacier Spirits, and we are 34 years old, and you are what? 32.
I'm 32.
Yes. Okay. And we all live in Iceland and Reykjavik. And we've been friends. Me and Fannar have been friends for a very long time, and I've known me and Rúrik have been known for a little lesser time, but we go back a little bit. So I'm just going to dive straight into the gin. We wanted to create a gin that captures basically the Icelandic nature. Icelandic nature is something that the Icelanders are super proud of, and so it's not an easy task to capture it, of course. But we feel that we managed to capture Iceland kind of in its purest form. The gin itself has a very smooth flavor and it has a hint of a citrus note. One of our main emphasis was to keep it simple, We wanted to both the design of the bottle and also the recipe. We wanted to have it super simple. We almost spent an equal amount of time on on focusing around the brand and the actual bottle as the recipe, because we wanted to convey in a very simple and a beautiful manner the Icelandic nature. One of the main reasons why we, just because I'm emphasizing this simplicity, one of the main reasons is that we have in the past created something that is, I've created 2 other gins that were just too complex and just needed a very specific toning, a very specific garnish, just for you to be able to just enjoy it, basically. So for this gin, we wanted it to be accessible and drinkable, and we wanted it to feel nice and taste nice, and the whole experience to be very, just nice throughout the whole experience. So in the ingredients, we only have 5 botanicals, which is of course it's on the lesser side of botanicals, and we wanted to do this to just keep it, as I mentioned, very pure and emphasize a lot on just the actual smoothness of it. And so what we have is we have juniper berries, of course. We have the bergamot, lemon, coriander seeds, and dandelion. Dandelion maybe being the odd one out there from the common ingredients. At least that's what people in general kind of tell us. And you know, they're kind of, it raises their eyebrow, but we feel it's a vital ingredient in our gin, and it's something that we're very accustomed to here in Iceland. It grows along the glaciers as well, so we wanted to keep that. But our main ingredient is the actual water, the Icelandic water. That is something that we are super proud of. Iceland has one of the cleanest and purest water in the world. The pureness of it is unrivaled in our opinion, and it has a very high pH value, which makes it ideal for using it in spirits, because it makes the spirits super smooth. And we are super happy, and we want to enhance, focus on that in general, because we are focusing on the glaciers, and we want to spread the word regarding the Icelandic water around the world. So I mean, in general, water is you know, becoming more and more scarce in the world, but here in Iceland we almost have unlimited of it. We are basically the Jeff Bezos of the water world, every Icelandic person, and so we want to share the wealth with everybody. We don't want to sit on it ourselves. Yeah, so let's just continue. So this is an interesting fact about glaciers, that in 200 years there will be no glaciers in Iceland. This is one of the main reasons why we went into creating this, is that people ask us a lot, why do you call it glacier gin? And what we want to do is that we want to bring awareness to what is happening right here in our backyard. We can see it very vividly. We can experience it through our own eyes. Even in our short lifespan of 34 and 32 years, we have seen just very grave melting of glaciers, and we can see the stark kind of the landscape changes happening. And so we want to bring awareness to this, and that's why we are focusing on exposing, just showing everybody what is happening here. I mean, 200 years is nothing. It is so quick to happen, and it's something that we want to bring, you know, awareness to. So what happened actually in 2014, there was a glacier here in Iceland called OK, which lost its glacier title. It actually lost it, I think, in 2011, but it was declared dead in 2014. So that's only 6 years ago that a glacier actually was declared dead here in Iceland. And just to give you an idea what is happening, let me see. I'm just gonna. Yeah, okay. The picture that I'm trying to show doesn't show exactly. It doesn't come up on the slideshow. That's great. But basically, what I wanted to just read up is that when it was declared that there was a pledge put on the actual spot where the actual glacier is, and can you hear me? Or sorry. Yeah. So I want to read up what was said on the actual pledge. So it says here, a letter to the future. Oak, which is the name of the glacier, is the first Icelandic glacier to lose its status as a glacier. In the next 200 years, all our glaciers are expected to follow the same path. This monument is to acknowledge that we know what is happening and what needs to be done. Only you know if we did it. This is a letter to our children who will be standing there and seeing if we have made the correct thing. So this is, I went a little bit all in there, but let's continue with the actual gin. So the story behind the glacier gin. So what happened is that the idea was born in early 2018. When two friends, me and Fannar, we were big gin enthusiasts, and we decided to make a gin that was inspired by the beauty of the Icelandic glaciers. Very early in the process, Rúrik Gíslason, who was a football player for the national Icelandic team, and an old friend of us, joined the glacier team. Just hours after coming back from the World Cup of football, we met by chance, actually.
Yeah, in a bar. I literally just arrived in Iceland after the World Cup in Russia, and me and Haraldur, we know each other through family for quite a while now, and I tasted your other two gins, and I actually thought they were pretty good. I thought they were great, and right at that time I was looking to make a lifestyle brand somehow. And I asked Haraldur, that if he was interested in making something together with me, a gin or like a lifestyle brand. And by coincidence, him and Fannar, they actually started the Glacier Gin brand. So it was very easy. It was an easy decision for me to enter that with them. And luckily, the gin wasn't fully ready at the time, so I was lucky to be able to be involved in the process of making the gin, which makes the product a lot more dear to me than it probably would be if I wouldn't have been involved in the process at all.
Definitely was. We are super happy to get him on board, and it's been fantastic to work all of us three together. Everyone here in Glacier Gin, we love the outdoors. We are always out in the nature here in Iceland. We understand how lucky we are to have this nature in our backyard. So our mission is basically to share the magic of the Icelandic glaciers and the Icelandic water with the world, and we hope that the people will appreciate it as much as we do. So we just launched. So basically, we launched in March 2019. So we are a very young brand, and we went into just after several months, we went into a collaboration with a Danish glass manufacturer and a designer called Fredrik Bagger. We are super proud of what happened there. He came here to Iceland and sought inspiration for creating this glass specifically for Glacier Gin, and which has basically it fits perfectly with our brand of this very pure, simple, and beautiful design. And so they went together. We went on a great glacier trip that I will show you in a little bit with where you went with them, and we did some photo shoot in the coldest day that you've ever experienced, I guess.
Probably. I was here for a Christmas holiday, and we shot this in January, I guess.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I was right in the same place just a year earlier, and even in that 1 year, there was dramatic changes to the part of the glacier we were able to show him at the time. We had a bit of overcast that day, so we weren't able to go on the glacier. We wouldn't have seen anything. So you're gonna see it in the video. There's a clip where I stand in front of the glacier and I'm trying to explain to him what's happening. I'm basically telling him, like, every year the dramatic changes to the glacier is just something that we really need to raise awareness for. So yeah, it was very, very nice to have Fredrik here in Iceland, and we are very proud to have done this collaboration with him, and I think it gives the Glacier Gin brand a great value to have worked with such a well-known designer in Scandinavia, at least.
Exactly. So let's see if the video here.
Values define you. Values inspire you. Values connect people around the globe. This is a story about two guys who connected because of their desire for nature and for sustainability. When you create, you dare, you risk, and you let go. This is a tribute to a cleaner, more pure world. The earth is what we all have in common.
This happened in January that we launched this. Then in January, okay, I don't know why the picture isn't coming up here, but okay, the next slide is supposed to have a picture there as well. But as you can imagine, in January 2020, a little thing happened which is called COVID, and I just want to speak a little bit about that, because of course when you're when you just started your company and you have we were up for like 8 months since we launched or something, and then COVID comes into that. As you can imagine, it's super capital intensive to start a company, and it's been a very it was a very hard hit for all the companies in the world, I guess, almost, but especially for these young companies, it can be hard to kind of what do you do in a pandemic where everything shuts down, the duty-free shuts down, the actual the restaurant, bars and stuff like that shut down, and everything shut down. So what we decided to do is that since we couldn't almost sell almost anything of the gin because everything was shut down, and here in Iceland you cannot sell easily liquor here because it is state-run, the actual liquor stores.
Super high taxes.
So it's insanely expensive.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do is that we wanted to create like a low alcoholic version of the gin. So we created a version of which is 1.3% alcohol, and we were managed to basically create. That was a dream before COVID came. That was something that we were aiming at to do, to create this kind of a non-alcoholic version of it, because we had been at BCB where we could see like the rise in it, and it was something that we were super excited about. But to be honest, we didn't think that we would do it like in maybe next 2 or 3 years. It would take much longer time because just the market was just like that in that day and age. And so we launched a 1.3% alcoholic version of the gin, and it became super. It worked out super well. We managed to sell it on our website and sell it in stores in Iceland, which is something that you cannot do with normal alcohol. So we managed to stay afloat because this, like I say, it was a very starting a company is capital intensive, and after 8 months we needed to somehow make it through, and we are super proud and happy that we managed to create something that expanded the brand here in Iceland, and we could continue to stay afloat in this very hard time for, I mean, each and every young company is having a hard time now. So my heart goes out to everybody in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, main alcohol sale in Iceland is in the duty-free shop at the only international airport we have. Well, we have 3 of them, but the only international airport that is actually used here in Iceland is in Keflavik. And that's where our only, I mean, what should I say, 90% of our sales were.
Yes.
So with air traffic close to nothing, we needed to react fast. And I'm just really happy that we came up with this 1.3% alcohol gin, because here in Iceland, nobody buys strong liquor unless they're at the airport. So you know, it's 3 times as cheap there as it is here in the shops.
Exactly.
So with sales going dramatically down, we needed to come up with something, and I'm really happy with the results, the non-alcoholic gin.
Exactly. So yeah, it's been a journey. It's been super fun. We are super excited about the future. I mean, for example, this COVID thing is that in the beginning it was all about kind of trying to cope and trying to wait until it's over. And now it's just a new reality. Now it's just time to stop holding the breath, and we've just kind of like, okay, I mean, this is the new reality, and hence we are in a gin festival online. I mean, this is just new times, and we are just excited about just how the future will be. There are very promising opportunities, especially in Germany, actually, now for us, like now here in the early next year. So we are just super excited. I think that's our basically slideshow. So we are ready, and just thank you everybody for stopping in and looking at us.
Yes, thank you too. It was pleasant to listen to you, and also enthusiastic atmosphere to see some pictures from Iceland. It's very, very nice. Thank you for that. Very nice presentation. So we are just thinking what's next, but I guess we could put forward some questions to you. Question to Andreas: do we have some questions here in the chat?
Let me have a look. Not right now. So people out there, folks, use the time and put in your questions. The guys are ready to answer everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I say, I mean, so how is it? How's it been like for you guys? I mean, I'm just also interested in knowing this gin festival. I mean, how do you feel that it's going? I'm just because this is new times. It's no.
Yes. Right. Okay, it's the first attempt. So we are just also coming into action. It means it's for us it's new what concerns the theme, but normally we are doing nearly every week something like that, but in business concerns. Especially HR business. So so that's not very new for us, this technique and all the other things. But of course, we can feel that the interest is here in Germany. And for us also, the question is, it is also for the audience important where to buy the Glacier gin.
Exactly. Kai, can you? No, you cannot. Yeah, maybe you can.
Of course I can. Hi guys. Welcome you, and thank you very much for the beautiful presentation, Rúrik and Halli. Yes, I step in as the Lifestyle Drinks as a distributor here in Germany, and we have it, of course, in several stores, especially in the CNC markets. You can buy it online, of course, too, and in really nice concept stores around Germany. I think main one is KaDeWe in Berlin, and of course here in Munich in the Käfer store. But in these days, I think direct to your home is the best way to get it really fast and secure. And the price is nowadays 34,90 €. So easy to tag.
Vielleicht ist es besser, wenn du auf Deutsch erklärst.
Na klar, ich wiederhole mich da gerne nochmal. Also wir haben den Icelandic Glacier Gin perfekt in Deutschland, natürlich in unserem Online-Shop zur Verfügung und in tollen Concept Stores eigentlich im ganzen Land. Angefangen in Berlin, was ganz bekannt ist, das KaDeWe. Dort schieben wir eigentlich auch die ganzen Glacier Gin Verrückten hin. Ansonsten kauft das natürlich bei uns in den Online-Shop, Lifestyle Drinks. Und wir sind bei 34,90 pro Flasche bei der 700 ml Flasche.
Sehr guter Preis, muss ich sagen.
Kauft euch eine, probiert es aus. Und am Ende tun wir auch noch was Gutes. Das ist ja heutzutage wirklich auch wichtig, dass man ein bisschen Hintergrundinformationen hat zu den Distillen, entschuldige. Immer dieses Deutsch-Englisch ist immer ein bisschen schwierig, aber es ist unglaublich wichtig, eben auch einen ganzen Drumherum Sicht zu haben auf die einzelnen Brands. Finde ich auch toll, was hier eben das Craft Festival hier bereitstellt, und super genial, dass wir jetzt die zwei Jungs aus Island dabei hatten, um eben auch dort die dramatischen Bewegungen der globalen Erwärmung zu spüren. Und wir jungen Leute haben Bock, was zu ändern, und haben Bock, tolle Sachen zu machen, und wir sind da.
Sehr gut. So once again, direction Iceland. It's really, really fantastic to imagine that you are using the ice of nature. As it's clear and pure as it can be. It's a very, very funny thing. I mean, it's impressing. Very, very nice.
Yeah, the most common compliment we receive is that the gin feels very smooth to drink. And I think, as Halle said earlier on, can be because of the high pH value in the water.
Yeah.
And I think the bottle is very appealing, and I think it didn't take long for us to be, I hope I'm not bragging too much about it, but the top seller in the duty-free shop here in Iceland, which is basically the only place normally our most sales are there, at least. But that being said, that the bottle is appealing, the actual gin, we receive a lot of compliments on the taste and the feel to it.
Yes, I can imagine. I tasted it yesterday. It's fantastic taste, really. Yes.
Thank you.
Coming from you, that means a lot.
Yes, it is really fantastic. Thank you very much for creating it. And we have just one more question into your direction. How can people visit you when COVID-19 calms down? Is there a possibility to have a look inside your distillery, or have you such kind of possibilities?
In the past, we haven't been receiving guests, but that's something that we're looking at, definitely opening up for, and I know be able to receive guests, and it's also something that's actually being also changed a little bit here in the legal sense here in Iceland, is that they are actually maybe making it legal that we can sell directly from the distillery. But we will, that's a bit of a future music as of now, but we hope to be able to receive guests.
And one thing which is kind of my dream is to do like glacier gin walks, where we take people from abroad, where we personally take them to the glaciers and show them what's actually happening. You know, I think, you know, if we team up with some travel agencies here, I think that could be a fantastic idea, because it is important to us to raise awareness to the glaciers and what's happening. If we can combine that with somehow having a few gin and tonics or whatever on the way, that would be a fantastic experience.
Yeah, yes, splendid idea, splendid.
Bei der Idee springe ich gleich mit rein, weil die ist grandios. Und wir haben ja auch schon so einen Trip gehabt. Im Video sieht man ein wenig, wie das dort aussieht. Das muss man gesehen haben. Und das tatsächlich vielleicht mit einem Gin-Trip zu verbinden, da eine Tour zu haben, ein Gefühl zu bekommen, was da drüben eigentlich los ist natürlich eine super Kombination. Und wir sind dabei bei Lifestyle Drinks, wir machen da gleich mit. Und vielleicht kann man da eine Verlosung oder dergleichen in den nächsten Wochen und Monaten mal starten.
Ja, hervorragende Idee. So, super. I guess you catched it over there.
Ja, ich kann alles verstanden. Ich habe in Deutschland 5 Jahre gelebt. Aber Englisch ist immer noch für mich ein bisschen einfacher irgendwie. Ja.
Yeah. I've been to Iceland also one time. It was in interstop on a flight to New York, and I visited Reykjavik. We had to stop over about 12 hours, something like that, and also the Blue Lagoon is something like that. It's long ago. Was fantastic. It was it was end of December. And we were taking the bath under the ceiling. It was really great.
You get to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Of course.
That's
The
amazing.
Northern Lights.
Und den ganzen Tag in Hot Tub. Das habe ich genossen. Den ganzen Tag Hot Tub.
Das glaube ich.
I want to encourage everybody, as soon as things open up again and get easier again. I mean, we've heard about this vaccination coming out in the end of this year or beginning of next year. I really encourage everybody to make their way to Iceland. I mean, I've heard so many German people talk like incredibly well about their trip to Iceland, and I really encourage everybody to come here. That being said, buy your alcohol in the duty-free shop. You know?
No way out. So I also encourage, and I underline what you said. It's a fantastic country, and the nature is
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. I advise to.
Yeah, we are very proud of being Icelandic. People are very proud to be Icelandic.
By the way, I have some friends from Iceland. They're living here in Germany, in Bremerhaven. And so that when you were playing during the soccer championships, we were watching together. It was crazy, fantastic. You're very enthusiastic for your country.
Yeah,
nice. Okay. Sorry, we have to now to shift. For the people who have more questions to you, they can visit you and see you now in our Chill Out Lounge. I want to ask you to swift over.
All right.
There will be the audience and will take questions to you what concerns your gin and everything else. Thank you very much for the time. It was quite nice. Thanks.